Oh, I did not realize that I just hit the recording engaged. Huh. I see that it's been a while. Captain Starlog, February 9th, 2019. It's been a while since I've done a log. I've gone through a lot of changes lately since I started working on my escape pod. Well, I'll tell you, things got pretty interesting whenever I finally got it online. A lot of short circuiting happened though, but when I finally got my pad hooked up to it, something weird happened and it got a extreme surge on it of new data. And apparently files from the ship had got encoded into my escape pod's systems. I couldn't decode most of it, but I did uncover some records that apparently they were top secret and what were not supposed to be shown to anyone other than some people in Section 31. But I also got a message from Admiral Archer letting me know that he is safe. Where at, he didn't say in the message, but I wasn't able to fully decode the message until power went down again. I'll eventually try to find a new power source to power my escape pod, but from but other than that, from what I was able to get from the message that he had left me, he had left me a small box that it said in the message not to open up unless under dire circumstances. And I believe getting stuck in the early 2000s is a urgency. So he definitely said to open up this small box in case, but take extreme caution when opening it, because according to the records they found this at a site up in the Arctic area and it gave off a lot of temporal readings, and they sealed it inside of this to make sure that it would never be activated again unless strange things started happening, especially the matters that happened with Daniels and how Admiral Archer got stuck in World War II and then wound up having things get rewritten. He told me all kinds of that stuff whenever I used to work for Section 31 part-time. But I'm thinking this is going to be one of those dire circumstances, and I need to get back to my own time because I've already seen a lot in this timeline and I've learned quite a bit of stuff, but I cannot keep interfering in this timeline. I was able to dodge the FBI and the CIA for a while during this timeline, and they have been detecting a lot of the activity that's been going on, and I actually had to move my escape pod to another location, and I tell you this, it was not easy moving it. Thank goodness some of my distant relatives in the past were able to help me, and I was able to drag it behind a F-150 pickup truck and put it in the deep part of the woods on their land. And it's in a remote area, but I'd rather not go into too much detail because I don't want anybody that may intercept this message to find out where it is. So let's keep it hush hush for now. Alright, but back to this box. From what was said in the message, it contains a communications device, but that's all they could say. But they didn't want to do too many more readings on it unless it, well, it's an emergency now and I need to open this. Bear with me. But before I get started, I need to do some scans first. It's not reading anything out of the ordinary, but my device is telling me that there is something in it and there isn't. And some of the stuff that's registering on my scanner doesn't make much of a lick of sense. And whatever the contents in this box is, in circuitry, my scanner isn't recognizing a lot of it. It recognizes a bit of it, but not a lot of it. But let's find out what's inside this emergency box. God help us if this is winds up being bad. Okay, I'm opening up the contents of the box now. Ever so slowly. Alright. I'm taking off the top. And I'm going to slowly start removing the insulation of it so I can gain access to it. Remove the foam padding. And from what I can get from the device, it's about this is the device. Looks like a small scanning device. It could be a communications device. I haven't the slightest clue what it may be. But scans show that it's here and it's not, and that it's not here. But hopefully whatever this thing is, it'll help me get back to my own timeline. But I don't know, but I'm gonna keep scanning it. And hopefully we'll find out what this thing does. I'm going to bend the recording device down so you can see the activation of it. How to activate it, I have no clue, but we're going to find out here in just a second. Okay, I'm going to set it down. Okay. It's emitting a lot of temporal readings. And my scan's showing me that you're supposed to pull it open, I believe. But let's see if I can get this device open. All right. Okay. Scanner. Okay. 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 Need to device here. Whoa. Whoa. That did something. I don't know what, but we got to be careful. Let's try that again and see what happens. Whoa. This is starting to get scary. Hold on, let me try to get a closer reading of it. All kinds of readings. I'm starting to get scared. Whoa. Whoa. Energy stopped. Did I overload the device? I'm not sure, but let me look at it ever so carefully. It's not emitting any more energy. It activated when I opened it, but it automatically shut off. I'm assuming it doesn't have a lot of power. But according to this, it tried to send out a bit of a signal. Maybe if we try again, maybe I can get a better signal again. I'm going to do it one time more. Okay. I'm going to set my scanner to a continuous substandard messaging and see if it sends out a good signal. My target, I don't know how far the signal will go, but I'm going to try to aim for someplace, hopefully on any ship from my timeline or any escape pods that might receive this. I don't know how they will, but maybe Admiral Archer might be able to intercept the signal. All right, I'm gonna open it again. Okay. Starting to overload. In recording. Now.